last week of Coffee and Craft. Let me just wait till the ads have gone to say good morning again. Today's job is to get back into Stampin' Up after, look at that mess. Look at that mess there. Today's job is to get back into Stampin' Up this week. Well, I have actually done a lot of admin last week, but I need to tidy up, get a few things out in the post, and get ready for Christmas. So I'm going to turn the camera around because my arm's aching already. And see who is on. Okay, let's see what we've got. All right, let's just move that a little bit. Oops. And see who is on this morning. Hi, Lisa. Apparently there's just me and you at the moment, Lisa. Oh, Fiona's on as well. Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, Fiona. So let me just tie my hair back. I've got my cappuccino this morning. It's very quiet on here today. Maybe people are doing Christmassy things. Oh, we've gone up to 5 watching now, so we'll just get people on. Oh, hi, Wendy. We'll get people on and get them in. So the show is all done now. I've left Skid Row. Hi, Anne. Thank you for your your lovely Christmas card, Anne. I've left Skid Row and I'm back now. Back to business. Well, I was never really away from business, but you know, no more show. And it was fantastic, lovely to do a musical again. And I'll never take it for granted that I got the chance to do that. Actually, we did really well to have no COVID-related incidents throughout the rehearsal period, apart from yours truly. So I rehearsed for 2 weeks, less than everybody else. Or was it delayed a bit? Oh. So yeah, I rehearsed for 2 weeks less than everybody else, but it went down really well. Well, Lisa, who was on this morning, came to see it, so she can give you her verdict. But yeah, it was a very good experience, and I was a little bit sad yesterday, but I'm all right now. Okay, so I've just realised. Hang on. Right, are you ready to make this big gift bag with me? Yes, Lorraine, it did, and I need to say that on Friday, are you free, Lorraine? I'm going to be there a little bit earlier than I would normally be, just because I have a customer who I need to give some Christmas presents to her husband who's ordered them, and they're going away for the weekend on Friday. So I need to... Hi, Val. So I'm going to aim to be there for 10:30 on Friday. Right. So do you remember at the beginning of the year, not the year, oh my goodness, what am I saying? At the beginning of the session, the course, I said you needed to keep 2 sheets of the 12 by 12 free to make your bag, this bag. This is a very big bag. It's made from 2 pieces of 12 by 12. Just to give you an idea of size, there's a stamp set put on top of it. You would fit a couple of stamp sets in there nicely, and ink pads and stuff. It would be lovely. Oops, knocking everything. Oh, thanks, Lisa. So yeah, I'm going to show you how to make this today, and I'm going to try and give you the correct measurements this week, because I gave you the wrong measurements last week. But I did realise I've seen some lovely pictures of little bags that you've been making, so please send me pictures or pop them on the craft group that we have. Okie doke, so I've got my measurements. All right, I'll get in touch with Julia or Kath, Lorraine. So this is the exact same bag that we made last week. So last week's apart from it's bigger. So last week's was sort of like the practice run, and all you probably will have left in your kit is this label, some linen thread, not a full reel like that, a little bit of linen thread, and you should have some gold ribbon left. Okay. Now you do need a little sort of hole punch, a little punch, if you've got a hand punch, something to put a hole in your gift tag would be handy today. If not, you might have to use your scissors. Right, what we are going to do now, this paper that I'm going to use does actually have a definite way up. I think it's that way up. That would be on its side. Okay, so I need to work this out. Let me do the first one, and then we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to turn it the way that I'm going to flip it on its side so it's not the correct way up, and I'm going to cut off. Remember, we do everything twice, the same on each sheet. I'm going to cut off 3/4. This is where I went wrong last week. I think I looked at the instructions for the big bag, I glanced. So I am going to cut off 3/4 of an inch, okay, on one of them. Leave your paper that way. Put the other piece in and do 3/4 of an inch. And I'm using the measurement of this side. So I've done 2 handles there. And now we're going to move the cutter out of the way we want the scorer. Keeping your paper in at this angle. I'm going to score it at 1 1/4 inches. And I'm going to use it on here, and it's the last line before the end bit. I'm going to score at 1 1/4. Okay. And I'm going to score at 1 1/4 from the other end. Alright, and then I shall do that on the other piece with it in the same way, sideways. 1 1/4, I'm scoring, not cutting. So it's the light coloured one you want, not the dark, and 1 1/4 from the other end. Oh, I've got 14 of you on. Please do say hi and give me a thumbs up if you can. Just going to move that for this time being, and I'm going to try and find my donor folder. I thought it was in there, but it looks like it's not. Oh, it is. I wasn't looking properly. Right, so that's now the correct way up, and I'm going to fold the top one over this way. Oops, there's 2. I've done both of them. I'm going to fold the top one over like that, so I see the other pattern. And then on the bottom, I'm going to fold it the other way because that's going to form the base of the bag. Okay. So that's the top, and then the bottom folds the other way. Yeah, it's lovely paper, isn't it, Fiona? This bag works with all different papers. You can do it for birthdays, Mother's Days, Easter, all sorts, just because. Right, what we want to do now is we're going to glue the top one over. We did this last week. So we're gluing the top piece over. Like that. And this forms that bit there, yeah? And as I said, as I keep saying, we do exactly the same on both pieces. Maybe I should type in what we've done, but I'm sure you can. You have to watch this live. You can't rewind one of these. So let me just type in. So I've cut. There, I've put some instructions in. Okay, so that they are nicely glued down now. What we are going to do now is bring our trimmer back. Now remember, we do this on each piece. Now I'm going to have to do it at this side because it goes to, there's not enough room to do it at this side, and it is quite tricky. So if you've got scoring, simply scored tool, that might work better because you don't have, you can just pop it in the scorer. But I'm going to do it on the trimmer. So pop it in there, and we are going to score at half an inch, 1 1/4, and just check that you've got it level. So use your grid lines on your trimmer, 1 1/4. And I would advise that you maybe practice on some old 12 by 12 and then 2. And I'll write this in. Hi Uma. Okay, so we scored at half, 1 1/4 and 2. Now it's imperative that you do exactly the same on the other piece. Don't be tempted to do it at the other side. It needs to be at the same side. Because we've scored here, if you do the scores here, all your scores will be next to each other when you put it together, and there won't be any scores at the other side. So you need to do it on the left again. So it's half, 1 1/4 and 2. The best thing to do is to practice on some paper that you might have got in the sale or that you're not too bothered about. Half, 1 1/4. But my idea was that with last week's, with the mini one, at least you sort of have an idea of how this one's going to work and come together because you've done a smaller version. It is very similar, but it's just bigger sizes. Now the trick now is to bone fold these. So my scores are here. I'm going to fold that one. You have to be careful because you've got double thickness here at the top. So I'm going to fold the first one away, and then I'm going to fold this one back and make a little V, and then fold the last one, which is the 1/2 inch one, and that's going to be your tab where you glue. So you've got this, remember from last week, you've got that lovely V shape. So Uma, you made this morning on your Facebook Live, the little one. You can have a go at this big one next. Exactly the same with this one. Fold the big one away and away. That's right. And this one like that. So the good news is we're back on Paper Crafts and Piano Live on Thursday. It's been a while. We're looking forward to it. I'm back in the house every night. Doing that really good bone fold. Oh, brilliant. That's great for teacher gifts. I've just had a girl actually come in from the other office and wants to buy the 2 I've got to put gift vouchers in for grandparents. Okay. So what we have here is we have these scores both at the left hand side, okay? And all I'm going to do with them is glue them together like that. But before we do that, we have a little bit of cutting to do. So we're going to take this small rectangle, the one that's 1/2 inch, up to the score line, and we're going to cut it out. And it's easy to see when I've done it. And then we're going to go to the first score line. So we're going for the end one, and we're going to cut up to the score line just to make a tab. I'm going to take a little slither off that, just so it doesn't overlap. So if you can see a little bit better there what I've done. So I've removed that rectangle, and then I've created this little tab. And if you can see, I've taken sort of a slither out. See better there, like to make an upside down V. And then I'm going to do exactly the same on the other one. So I'm going to remove that. It's hard to see sometimes when you're working with patterned papers. I'd love to know who you gift this bag to, what you put in it. Let's get a thread going on the group. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop some glue on here. You could use tape. I like to use glue because it's, for me, it's quick and easy, but you may want to use tape for this. So I'm going to put some glue on this tab. And then obviously the workspace area is a bit more crammed because you've got a bigger piece to be working with. I'm just going to line that up and glue that together. So now I've got one big piece like that. Yeah. And then I can do the same at the other side and glue it down. Pinch them together like that, get them lined up. I do like to use the Tombow glue or the multi-purpose glue because it gives you that little bit of wiggle room. It gives you a chance to move things. Okay. Then we have our lovely bag. But we need to do the bottom, so we're going to move these tabs in that we put. Now what you will find is the bottom bit, there's a little overlap and it's not quite the full width of the bag, so you can put glue on, but don't put glue on the full bit. There's about 1 centimetre showing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that. I like to glue it down, but then I like to turn it over. And with this one, you can pop your hand in and press down from inside like that. Yeah? Just to make sure. Okay, so that's the gorgeous, gorgeous bag with 2 pieces of 12 by 12. And we have the handles, remember? So you should have had a go at doing this last week. I like to put on a contrasting handle so it stands out on this bit. Okay, so there's my original design. And I'm going to come in about 1.5 inches. I'm not even really going to measure it. I'm just going to pop some glue here. You do have to make sure that these are stuck down well. So line it up with this big edge piece and pinch that and hold it down and have a drink of your cuppa. Wow, I've got 16 on now. I'd love you to say hi. Okay, so that's on there and it's fairly secure. Now what you can do is you can flick it that way so the handle's turned out and you see that bit, or you can flick it the other way. It's like a twist of the wrist and your handle's turned in. I'm going to do it so the handle's turned out, and I'm just going to eyeball the distance here from the other end and pop some glue there. Oh, thanks Fiona. I'm glad they've been useful, and it was one of my demo friends' ideas to do coffee and craft and do the 3D project, so it's made me come up with things. So thanks for your feedback. We are back to cards next week, but it might be something that I just pepper in a project. I might call it coffee and card, but I might actually do a 3D project on the one I'm starting at the end of January, which I am going to tell you about. Because I'll tell you at the end, but I'm on a bit of a mission to get more organised with my classes, so that people, because I've got, you know, people saying, oh, I've already got something planned, so I'm trying to have things set up and give people 3 months. I'm trying to have all my classes at any one point planned for the next 3 months and online and available to book. So that means by the end of December, you should be able to go on and book anything up to the end of March. And that will then be on a rolling pattern. So by the end of January, April, up to April will be available. You know, I might get ahead. And sometimes I might not know what stamp set I'm using. But yeah, that's my plan, to get ahead with that. At the moment, I have got all my classes available for booking to the end of February on my Facebook page and on my events page. So that's good. And I've got them planned in for March. I know what I'm using, I just haven't got them all on the system yet, but they will be on by the end of the week. That's my target, so I will be ahead. Oh, thanks, Anne. Yeah, well, coffee and card happens every Tuesday morning. I think you might like what I'm going to use for the one at the end of January, and I'm going to be showcasing the set that we're going to be using, and there's going to be some colouring on that one. We're going to be using some stamping blends, and I'm going to be showing people how to colour, and it's a daffodil stamp set with some free papers. So I am going to be sharing that on Thursday night's Paper Crafts and Piano. So yeah, right, our bag is done. Our bag is done. Now we're going to do the tag. Now for this one, I did emboss in gold, but I'm not going to make us emboss today. But if you've got embossing facilities, let's say at home, you can do that. But I'm just going to stamp with regular ink. But Love and Joy, I think I like that. Love and Joy. Friends like you make the season. I'll do the Love and Joy. Now I've got a little trick here for you. So we have our tag, yeah. Got that tag. And actually I'm going to use this. You won't have any of this left if you've used this. I've got a spare piece. You can use another one, but I just had it to hand. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop my tag up against there. What I'm going to do is put my paper on the grid sheet, lay the tag on there. If you've got some grid paper, I don't know if I remember to put one in. I'm sure I put your grid paper in. Use your grid paper to put that on there straight. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a pencil and draw around. Now if you haven't, this is a cheat way of doing it if you've not got the dies. Obviously I've cut one of these labels for everybody. Okay. And I'm going to cut this out, and I'll probably need to cut to the left of the pencil line. Now if you have the die, and these are the seasonal label dies that go with this stamp set, you could partially cut a piece in your die cutting machine. And what I am going to do then is pop that. That should fit on there like that. See? On the bottom. And you might need to trim it a little bit. But yeah, I'm going to glue that on there like that. And it just fancies it up a little bit. Fancies it up. Makes it look a little bit more fancy than a plain label. You might need to do a little bit of trimming, which is fine. Yeah, I do. I'm going to be on Facebook Live this afternoon as well at 1:30. And I'm going to be sharing with you details of my class in January on the 15th, as well as some other classes and products and things. Okay, so we've made that, and then I'm going to take my stamp look at that, I stamped it right straight there. That was very Yorkshire, wasn't it? And it's not a straight on there, but never mind, and it's a little bit to one side, but it's homemade, handmade. And I shall now take my little hole punch and pop a little hole in there, like that. So to finish off, I'm going to tie a bow around the top of the bag. And I always do it upside down, you know me. It's been lovely to see you online and commenting recently. It's great. It's not big enough. I hope those of you who shopped with me in November got your goodies in the post. I sent them out last Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday or no, Thursday actually. Thursday. I was at home on Wednesday. Okay, so that's the bow there. And then I'm going to take some linen thread. Oh, thank you, Wendy. That's lovely of you to say. Craig says he did a good job selling the mini. He thinks he did a good job selling for me on Thursday night. So I'm going to take a length of the twine. I've cut yours to size. And I'm going to double that up and pop the loop through there and then thread it through to create that. Yeah, and then I'm going to poke this through here, both bits. Okay, and then I'm going to tie it on, and then I will end up cutting some of this off, or I'll hide it behind the bow so you can't see it. I mean, you could leave it like that, it doesn't look bad actually. But if you wanted to, you could trim that down and then you could tuck it behind the little strands. You can tuck them behind the bow. I'll let you do that. And there we have our bag from 2 pieces. I know, that's what I said, we need him commenting. So, while I'm on, have you all seen that Craig and I, it's very exciting, don't you think, are going to be doing Paper Crafts and Piano live at a hotel in April, 23rd of April. It's a Saturday, and it's going to be a fabulous day, and we've done it for people who watch every Thursday. It's just one day of crafting, but if local people just want to come for the day, you can come for the day. If you want to stay over, then I've negotiated a rate to stay over. You could stay over the Friday or the Saturday night or both, and then I can let you know about restaurants or places to visit on the Sunday if you want to make a weekend of it. So yeah, I hope that you can join us on the 23rd of April. We're really looking forward to that. Craig will be there playing the piano all day. Might let him have a few breaks. We'll be doing some lovely crafting, and it will be nice to get. I know some of you have been on my weekend retreats before, have been craving to come back to a weekend retreat. If I go from doing barely any in-person classes to doing 2 full days of crafting, plus with a Friday night, I think it would absolutely. I don't think I'd be physically up to it. So I'm what's the word I'm looking for? Gonna break myself in gently by doing an all-day event. Where is that advertised? I've put it on Facebook in our group, and it's on my Facebook page, and it's also on my events page. I'll send you the link, Fiona, hang on. So basically it will be a Saturday event, but again, you can stay over the night before or the night of the event, and we're going to be plugging it on a Thursday night. It's already on. Even though I said I'd only done to February, this one's in April. It's already on there. Events.thepaperhaven.co.uk. But the actual link to the actual event, if you do this on a phone, it only displays the first 5 classes coming up. So let me send you a link to the actual event. And you know, we thought people coming from further afield could stay over, and those who live close by can just come for the day. And if anybody wants advice, there's loads of places to visit. We're near Haworth, where the home of the, well, it's not the home of the Brontes, they weren't born in Haworth, but there's Salts Mill, there's lots of shopping, there's lots of nice walks and things like that, places to eat. So I can recommend. And I went to visit, and the lady who will be looking after us was super. Let me just check that link works. Yeah, it does. So yeah, that's Saturday the 23rd of April, 2022. Right, well, the second link will work, Fiona, because on a phone it only displays the closest 5 events, I think. but on a laptop it does the whole calendar. So if you follow that link, it will take you to the event. It includes lots of products. It includes tea and coffee all day, includes Danish pastries on arrival, mid-morning cookies, a buffet lunch, cakes in the afternoon, and of course Craig's piano playing. There's 2 options. One doesn't include dies and one does include dies. You would have to book your hotel room yourself, but I have, you can quote the event and they will book that for you. I'm just trying to make things easier for me. And if you're paying from January, if you don't want to book all in one go, you would also get a celebration item. If you want to pay in instalments, you can pay in over 3 months as well to make it a little bit more cost effective for you. But all the details are on my website with a picture of the room. The room is really, it's quite light and bright. It's a room that they use a lot for wedding day receptions and things, and it overlooks the gardens and it's got its own door into some private gardens, so it's really rather nice. It's not as dark and dingy as the one I used to use at the other hotel. So fingers crossed I could be doing quite a few events here if it all works out. So this will be lovely to see you. Also, I'm starting my bingo nights back up. They are going to be every other month on a Wednesday night. First one's in February. And then I'm going to be doing a new Wednesday class. It's the McCure Bradford. It's called the Bankfield. I'm going to be doing a Wednesday class in the alternate months when I've not got a bingo, which is going to be on a Wednesday evening. So look out for that. I think that's all for today. We've been ages, haven't we? So it's nearly 11:10. Thank you for watching with me. We got up to 18 this morning. I will be back on Facebook at 1:30. And if you want to see some of the new products, I need to show you this. So this is my next class. If you don't include my mini catalogue launch, this is taking place on Saturday the 15th of January, and it's such a good, oh is it? Oh wow, Fiona. It's such a good value. So the class is going to be about using different products for colouring techniques, but I'm going to be including things so you don't have to get full packs. So what will be included, it's on Saturday the 15th, and the link to this one when I can get it. Is here. Okay, so you're going to get included one blending brush, because a pack of these, they come in 3s, but I'm going to split them for you. You're going to get one blending brush to have a go with them before you purchase a full pack. You're going to get one blender pen. You're going to get 2 sponge daubers. Now yours won't be dirty sponge daubers like that. There will be brand new sponge daubers. And then you will get a full pack of water painters. Now these are the new improved ones that started in last year's catalogue. They're so much better than the ones we had before. The reason why I'm giving you a full pack is because they're different sizes and it wouldn't be fair to split those. So they're the products included, and they actually are worth over £20 for those items. But I've got lots of this paper available. So I've got 10 packs, which was a celebration item from August and September. So you're going to get a full pack of this. It's worth £10.75 free, the black and white papers. And we're going to be colouring these in with our techniques, okay? So there's 12 sheets of 12 by 12. And then obviously your card kits. The classes, let me just check. It's £27 posted, or collected, sorry, or 31 posted, because it will come in a big pizza box. So it's worth over £30. There's like £32 worth of products in here, but your class is only 27. So that's all included, and the card kits, of course. This is just online in January. I'm very mindful of things that are happening at the minute, so I'm just trying to do 1 or 2 in-person things a month, but if anything changes, we will have to go back to all online. So I think that's all from me this morning, and hopefully I will see you at 1:30 this afternoon on Facebook, and I can show you some of the new things and go through some more of the classes that I'm going to be doing with you. But in the meantime, there is today's project, and thanks for the company, and I will hopefully see you this afternoon. Thank you. Bye. Bye, Lisa. Bye, Uma. Thanks.